Hey, what's going on? It's Andy. Do you ever wonder why people keep asking you if you're using the equipment that you're clearly standing right next to? If so, I've got you covered in this video. All right, this one is for the beginners, the intermediate, and advanced guys. Everyone that goes to the gym can be helped by the tips I've got in this video for you. So this really has to do with usage claims with regard to equipment, right? So I'm gonna get started right away. And the tip of the day is use the equipment or share it. All right, perfect. So I've got 5 little mini tips to help you out too, but basically what happens in the gym is people's rest periods between sets are really long. And so if you're an animal and you go at your workout hard, you probably don't have much time between your sets, and so people are not confused about if you're using it or not. Also, in one of my other videos, you will learn that it's best to observe equipment for a few seconds before you go up to it to see if anyone has just used it or is standing next to it. That's a really helpful tip, right? But for those of you who are on it and you just keep getting pestered, like I do from time to time, here's the first tip, and that is set your phone next to it, okay? It's like the cool thing to do now. It's like the modern thing to do. What are we in, the digital age, or are we in the AI age now? It's that age thing to do, right? Set your phone by it, and then if someone comes upon the phone, it's like finding bear tracks in the forest, and you're like, ooh, okay, there is a bear around here, right? So the phone is the way to indicate to other people that you're there, right? But of course, I encourage you to keep your rest periods short, right? Now, the second tip is what's not cool, and it's just not cool to put a towel on stuff. Now, I know that maybe in the 80s they did that. I did some research before this video, and ChatGPT gave me all kinds of BS answers, right? But I recall seeing towel suggestions at, you better not name the gyms, but more than one gym brand here in LA, okay? So if you have a towel though, it seems a little old-fashioned. So for the beginners out there, hot tip, it's just not cool to have a towel, right? Now, I think though that, okay, here's a quick story. I have a buddy who is from Canada, and so instead of a towel, he's got a little Pendleton blanket, okay? And he sets the blanket on the equipment. And he's also a violator of not working out very hard and having long rest breaks, okay? So, I mean, if you have a towel and you want to put it on equipment, you kind of slip into that territory of awkwardness, right? So, if you want to be cool, use your phone, right? And then hustle, right? The third tip is circuit training is not cool, all right? So if you watch my other video, I cover that pretty well, but you definitely ought not to be using one piece of equipment and then flip-flopping to another one and then coming back and then claiming that you're using that one also. It's just not cool, right? I know that I circuit trained as an athlete. I went to the University of Montana. I was on the football team. We won a national championship. It's pretty awesome. That's for high-level athletes, okay? In the public gym, we gotta favor courtesy over hardcore training. And besides, I haven't seen anyone training that hardcore, maybe ever, in a public gym. So refrain from circuit training, all right? And the next tip is, if you're going to sit on the equipment, some of them have benches to sit on, it's not cool to text, okay? So I was talking to a friend the other day, and he was like pointing to this other guy, he's like, oh, that guy's sitting there texting, he's taking all day. So it really ruffles feathers if you're texting. And he might have, I wasn't watching, like he might have had rest periods that were only like 30 seconds long, I don't know. But when you text, it just sends this signal that like, I'm just wasting time here on this equipment, and and I don't care about anyone else, right? So it's just kind of it sends bad vibes if you're texting. The other thing too is, I happen to know that, because I text too, yeah, believe it or not, that when you think you're gonna send a quick text, like time like changes its speed. And you just, what a quick text might turn into like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, 5 minutes, right? So then you find that you just wind up just like continually sucking up time. Also, you might be on the internet, you might be looking up new exercises, like, what else could I do for my back, and it just, time flies by. So another hot tip is then you cool down, you lose focus, and your workout goes downhill when you are on your phone. So hot tip, using your phone while on the equipment is not cool. People, it ruffles feathers, right? So the last tip is the proper etiquette, okay? And that is, if you're using the equipment, right, try to work out hard like an animal, okay? Because we are at the gym to work out hard, right? That's ultimately the point for many of us. There is another major group of people though that I've observed over the last couple years while working on this series for you. And that is that some people prioritize hanging out over working out. And they like the social environment of the gym, they like to be there, talk to their friends, and that's actually more important. So if you fall into the first category, if you're an animal, right? It's okay to say, yeah, hold on, I'm working right here. I've got 3 more sets, I've got 2-minute rests, I am working out hard. Thanks, I'll be done in a sec. That's what I say every day to people. They always ask me if I'm using stuff. Because I also I don't like to just sit on equipment between sets. I like to pace around, I like to breathe, I like to shake it out, I like to flex, right? And stretch is what I meant, but both. Flexing actually can be helpful for muscle growth if you do that. So people will kind of fly up and, are you using this? And like I said before, it's best to observe equipment for a few seconds before you rush up and ask, okay? Now the other group of people, right? If you're there to hang out primarily, which is okay, because it's fun to have people at the gym. Otherwise, it'll just be full of like psycho A-type personality people, and we don't want that. We want all people at the gym, right? So if you're there to hang out, if someone asks you, if you have your towel on it, which you shouldn't, or if you have your phone by it and you're standing there between sets and someone asks, can I work it? Or are you using this? Then you ought to say, sure, you can work in with me, okay? Because I would almost wager, like the farm, that other person will probably do a set of 10 and then get off of it in less than 30 seconds. And I'll bet your break is longer than 30 seconds. You're probably standing there for 2 to 3 to 4 minutes between sets. So be a pal and let other people work in and meet somebody new, right? Because that's just the gym culture we want to be part of, right? Well, you know that now. Good for you. Good for hanging with me. You guys are looking good, improving yourself every day. That's what we love. That's what we're here for. So thanks a bunch. I can't wait to share the rest of my knowledge with you guys. So welcome to the club.